The closure of non-essential businesses here in State College, such as Orange Theory Fitness, leaves consumers having to find other methods of getting their daily workout in. Geisinger Medical Center is taking extra precautions when it comes to expecting mothers. Looks like there's plenty to do throughout the area this Friday, August 2nd, so be sure to come check it out. The engineers of today have an enormous impact on every facet of our lives. 4 people in Luzerne County that were accused of criminal homicide and other charges in the death of an Edwardsville man entered not guilty pleas.
I have literally wiped down my entire house like a crazy person, and I'm really just not going anywhere and staying home as much as possible.
This is what life during the coronavirus pandemic looks like for Chelsea Potter. At 7 months pregnant, she and countless other expecting mothers will be giving birth right in the midst of the COVID-19 crisis. Geisinger Medical Center is taking extra precautions when it comes to expecting mothers, from the time they walk in the doors of the hospital to even after they get to bring their newborn home.
So every person that comes into the hospital is screened. They're asked questions and they have their temperature taken. Even the staff is screened when they come into the hospital for their shifts.
Another expecting mother who's had to experience many of the new procedures firsthand is Heather Kirk, who gave birth to her first baby boy this month.
I mean, in terms of like doctor's appointments and stuff like that, they've been doing a really good job scheduling, at least at my office, where they don't want anyone else to be in the office at the time that your appointment is. So they've been trying to space out appointments. Where normally at this stage in pregnancy, I'd be going once a week. They're having me go every 2 weeks instead. So I'm really limiting the amount of times that I'm leaving the house. And really, I only leave the house to go to doctor's appointments.
Healthcare workers acknowledge that although this is a tough time for new parents, it's important to keep practicing safe measures once the baby is home.
We really want to be limiting those visits, and everyone wants to see a new baby. Everyone wants to come hold the baby, but you really have to look in the best interest of that infant, which is just going to have to be, holding off on the visits, unfortunately, for a while.
Once stay-at-home orders are lifted and people can gather together again, both women are looking forward to sharing the love of their newborn baby.
I think I'm definitely most looking forward to being able to get back into group settings and everything like that. I think when you're having a baby, it's exciting to let people kind of enjoy that time with the baby.
I'll be really excited to go back to just working and having a normal schedule again. And then for people to meet the baby, that would be great. I would love that, I have family from out of town that are in Massachusetts. I have best friends in New York, that are not going to meet this child for probably, 3-4 months, which is just so crazy to me.
According to the CDC, pregnant women seem to have the same risk as adults who are not pregnant. Although pregnancy does cause changes in a woman's body that may increase their risk of some infections. Pregnant women also have had a higher risk of severe illness when infected with viruses from the same family as COVID-19 and other viral respiratory infections such as influenza. Reporting in Danville for the Center County Report, I'm Cameron Gregory. Normally buzzing with students and locals, Beaver Avenue looks a little different these days. Education, employment, and even gym routines have either been put on pause or are having to adapt in order to keep things on a semi-normal schedule. Orange Theory Fitness in State College has adapted to these changes.
So we as a company are offering the out-of-studio home workouts, and that is being pushed out to everybody on our website. So not even just our members are able to access it. Anybody could access it, even if they're not an Orange Theory member, which I think is awesome. They're kind of allowing a lot of people to get a glimpse into what we do and to be able to stay active at home.
The closure of non-essential businesses here in State College, such as Orange Theory Fitness, leaves consumers having to find other methods of getting their daily workout in.
I don't have a home gym at all. I don't even really have a place to work out in my house. So I've been doing it in front of my TV and it kind of sucks. But I've been trying to walk outside. It sucks. Honestly, that's the hardest part for me. I don't really mind not being able to leave the house, but the gym is the hardest part for me.
Other fitness centers that are temporarily closed due to the coronavirus pandemic include F45 Training and Planet Fitness. Parking lots look a lot like this one, as locks have been placed on doors and signs are posted notifying members of the closure until further notice. As for what the future holds once Governor Wolf allows the reopening of non-life-sustaining businesses, Trozo had this to say when asked what she's looking forward to most.
Definitely just like the excitement that people are going to be able to get back in and seeing the people they have come to consider their family. I mean, I consider every single member that walks in the door a part of my family, my community, because I practically live at the studio when we're open.
Reporting in State College for the Center County Report, I'm Cameron Gregory. We begin with breaking news on the coronavirus. The first cases here in Pennsylvania and around the world, people are preparing for months of potential disruptions. Most of the 3,300 dead from the virus are in China. The race to decide the 2020 Democratic presidential nominee is heating up as candidates compete next in South Carolina. Tomorrow's primary is the fourth contest to decide who will face President Donald Trump in November. The next presidential primary elections are set for Tuesday. Voters will go to the polls in Michigan, Missouri, Mississippi, Washington, Idaho, and North Dakota. But the list of candidates is getting smaller after Elizabeth Warren dropped out yesterday. Joe Biden is riding a wave of success after winning 10 states out of 14 during this week's Super Tuesdays primaries. An almost decade-long planning process to improve streets in Lamont is almost ready for the construction phase. Residents had the chance last night to look over final plans for a streetscape project. A member of Penn State's Sweet 16 team takes a look back and reacts to this year's team. Also coming up, new information that shows the downside of social media for young people. That's after the break.